Pistons are for real, Kwab. 11 in a row.
We knew that. I said that.
I didn't know it to start the season. I'm not going to lie.
I said that. Anytime
You said it. I didn't say it.
Anytime you have a team with Dennis Jenkins, you're for real.
First of all, we'll get into that, but when you have a player come out of nowhere, so to say, and join your rotation and be an impact player, it's as good as signing as a free agent in the offseason that changes your team. The Pistons are good. Let's get into it. They beat the Hawks 120-112. For the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, 25 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. Jalen Duren, 24 and 8. Duncan Robinson, 14 points of 4 of 9 3-point shooting. For the Hawks, Jalen Johnson, 25, 9 and 8. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, baby, 24 points. And Onyeka Okongwu, who we haven't done the Hawks this year. He has a 3-point jumper all of a sudden, which is
he's had it.
Okay, no, but like he has it, like he really has it.
He's had it.
Not like this.
He's had it.
Talk about it. 21 points, 4 of 7 from 3. So let's talk Pistons first. I want to talk about the Pistons. Now, they come into this game. They're getting healthier. They have pretty much their full squad at hand. They're missing Tobias Harris. Just so Hawks fans don't get on us, we know you're missing KP. We know you're missing Trey. And we know you're missing Zachary. So just context in order. Okay, go forward. Either way, impressive win from the Pistons. Now, there was a lot of good here. Some bad that I don't want to pick on too much because I don't want Pistons thinking that I'm picking on them because I'm wearing a Knick hat and we have some animosity towards them. But for the most part, I absolutely love what I saw from the Pistons in the first half and especially in the second quarter. You know, the Hawks came out trying to double Cade Cunningham on any pick and roll, and he would find the short roll immediately, whether it was Duren or Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart and Duren had a good two-man game going on in the first quarter, and the Pistons got whatever they wanted in the paint, and that seemed to be kind of the focus there, where it was we can beat them up inside, and they did in the first quarter, particularly with Duren and Isaiah Stewart. And then on top of that, you had actions with Duren on top of the key, handing the ball off, setting screens, and Duncan Robinson coming off down screens as a three-point threat. So, I mean, that starting lineup that they ran out there with Cunningham, Duren, Robinson, Jenkins, and Isaiah Stewart was, it allowed Cade to play off the ball because Jenkins could bring up the ball and handle the rock himself. You have a shooter in Duncan Robinson that's going to drive defenses crazy that you have to track. You have a high-low game going with Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart that you have to stop. And if you're smaller, like the Hawks were today, or skinnier, I would say, like you're going to have a hard time getting that. And then on top of that, good luck guarding Cade Cunningham when he's feeling it. I love that lineup. I love their starting lineup. I love the different elements they can throw at you offensively, and they were able to do whatever they want in the first quarter. Hawks, as well, kept up with them for the most part in the first quarter up until the end where the Pistons kind of distanced themselves. And in the second quarter, both teams kind of went zone, and the Pistons just got hot from three and weren't able to separate themselves. Now, in the second half, I thought the Pistons got into a lot of trouble when Cade started pounding the rock a little bit, dribbling a little too much, really not making quick decisions off of the pick and roll, especially with Duren. You know, by the time he couldn't make the pass to Duren, the pocket was gone and he was too deep into the key. The Hawks started making adjustments where the guy who was guarding the corner was early into the paint to stop the short roll of Duren. And I felt Cade kind of got into his own head a little bit, and he was aggressive. I don't think he played bad. I just thought he was just kind of he was a little late on certain decisions, and the offense went cold because of it. And when he went out, the Pistons were able to kind of refresh, work around Jalen Duren, some screens, a little more ball movement, and they upped the lead. Cade came back, hit some big shots, and that was it. But overall, man, this Pistons team, they feel a lot different than the Pistons team that I saw last year in the playoffs against the Knicks. You know, they are tough, they are gritty, but they are way more dynamic offensively. And I think that's the big thing that a lot of people who haven't watched the Pistons don't know yet. You might know the record, but you don't see the different dynamics that I have going on. You know, last year it was Cade Cunningham, shooters on the wings, he'll drive, he'll kick. Now you have all this action up top. You have a high-low game, and you have someone like Jenkins who now can take you off the dribble and can play point guard while Cade does his thing off the ball. The Pistons are good, man. This is a really good basketball team. This isn't a fluke.
Yeah, it was a really good basketball team. Really good win because the Hawks are not an easy matchup in terms of having a lot of long and different type of defenders they can throw at you. The point you made about players, a lot of players are out. Actually, a lot of players are out just in general across the NBA.
Crazy,
but it's crazy. But a lot of players are out for both teams. I know that the Hawks are missing dear All-Stars and Trae Young and KP. But the Pistons were missing Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, who hasn't played yet this year, and also Karis LeVert, who's been a spark plug for them off the bench. But this game showed me, I guess you can say, how deep both teams are in terms of players that can have an impact. So we made mention of Jenkins at the start of the pod, and he's been having a phenomenal season just because as a he's a two way, if I correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's a two way. And the one game where he hit the big shot to take the game to overtime, and he's been like a consistent contributor ever since then. It's been great to watch. Former Iona player, by the way. He also played at St. John's, but he played Iona first.
Let's go Mac. Mac Conference, baby. Woo woo.
Mac plug. But having the way he plays and having the impact he has, right, kind of shows me how the Pistons would want to play when they have Jaden Ivey, because Jaden Ivey would slot in that secondary point guard spot and basically do the same thing that Jenkins is doing in terms of being able to bring the ball up, take the ball out of Cade's hand, so you can run action off the ball for Cade. The action that the Pistons were running, like you said, were phenomenal in terms of their short rolls, kind of like the swings to get Duncan Robinson open. It just when they're moving the ball and playing the, like, quote unquote, like to say, the right way that they want to play, you can see how of a tough team they look like. Just it was just phenomenal. But I think the Hawks did a good job this game keeping the Pistons off the boards, because the couple of Pistons games I've watched, Duran has dominated on the offensive board. So is Stewart. But the Hawks did a good job in that aspect. Jalen Johnson, Jalen Johnson did a good job. Box, just simple things like box now, not allowing secondary points after initial shot. Those make a big deal throughout the course of a game. Onyeka had a great shooting game, like you said. You were shocked about his three pointer. Go ahead. You were about to say something about it? No, I thought you were about.
I don't remember him being this good from three. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Oh, fair. I think he's shooting with more confidence this season, but which helps him, because he basically shot the best out of everybody on the court, which is I think that's a factor that kind of hurt them. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had a really good game, especially late in the game when he was creating and driving and getting players in foul trouble. But if he could have hit a couple more threes, it would have kind of changed the course of the game, made it a little more tighter. Mohamed Gay has been having a great year too on both ends of the court. Just another big that can run the floor. He blocks shots. He also can spread the floor too. Hawks have a lot of different players and different pieces, right?
They're good,
up and down. So now it's like you hope they get these two big pieces they have, these two starters with KP and Trey, they get them back and see what they actually want to look like. Like you said, Zachary didn't play also. He's also been a big factor for the team. I see a lot of things online, and you can step in here and also talk about this. I see a lot of things online where it feels like some Hawks fans are kind of alluding to the fact that the Hawks should get rid of Trey.
We were going to talk about this on Dime After Dark. This is something that I wanted to talk on our live show.
We're definitely going to touch on that on Dime After
maybe
Dark.
Not everybody's
gonna you can we can kind of speak on it a little bit here.
I think it would be dumb.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's easy to say that stuff when you go on a win streak, when Trey's out and everything. I do think they have found something here where everybody is touching the basketball. Jalen Johnson has been phenomenal. He was the Eastern Conference Player of the Week last week, and I think he's absolutely an all-star this year. He's one of the better players in the Eastern Conference, period.
Yeah.
Ricochet has been able to get into a groove here. Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been scoring the basketball, and I think all this really does is show that, hey, Trey actually does have help. He has the pieces here if he needs them. KP's not here yet. He's going to add an extra dimension, with the pick and pop, also with the body inside. To me, I understand the limitations with Trey defensively, and they're going to have to figure out a way how to hide him sometimes. But offensively, we saw in today's game, they had some cold stretches, and that's why they lost the game.
Yeah.
They were cold stretches during the game where they could not create any offense, especially with Jalen off of the floor. And to me, Trey Young could be, if you were to tell me with the ball in his hands, he might be the best or top 3, whatever maybe he's not better than Luka, but top 3, top 5 player with the ball in his hands off the pick and roll as
Yeah.
far as a threat to score, a threat to shoot, and a threat to pass. I wouldn't argue with you. He's
Yep.
that good in the pick and roll. I mean, we saw it when he took the team to the Eastern Conference Finals. The only problem I had with Trey is his shot selection. So
Yeah.
if you can kind of hone that in, and if you can convince him to play off ball at times, because that might, need to be the case depending on the matchup and the way the game's going, I think Trey takes his team to another level. I think he raises their ceiling. I think any Hawks fan that does not want Trey Young on the team is fooling themselves. I get it. Like, I understand that you might get frustrated with shot selection. I understand that he's small and you might have to hide him on defense, but I do think you have the defenders to do it. Ricochet is a good defender. He's turning into a good defender. Jalen Johnson's a good defender. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's a good defender who can guard the best guard. Dyson Daniels, he should have been the first person I said.
Yeah, he should have been first. Yeah, Dyson,
he's a fantastic defender. So, like, you have defenders there. I think if I'm a Hawks fan, I'm not dreading Trey coming back. I'm excited to get KP back. I'm excited to get Trey back because I do think that the ceiling for this team is really high. They've been playing really good because they have been playing together. And I just think it takes Trey to buy in. And Trey doesn't strike me as somebody who won't buy in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
There are other superstars out there who you could say, like, he wants everything to run through him and he's selfish and he has to be the guy. I think Trey wants to be the guy because every athlete wants to be the guy. But I do think Trey is more concerned about team. That's the vibe I get from him personally. I don't know him. But I do think he will come back. I think he will fit in. I think he'll buy into a system that Quinn is doing here in Atlanta. I would be really excited to have him back. I would not dread it at all if I was a Hawks fan.
And also to add to your point too, you've made this point on different videos we covered, different games we've covered. When it gets late in the game and you have a star that can kind of just navigate the waters and carry you home, like it makes a world of a difference. And we saw that today with Cade when the game was getting kind of tight. Cade took over and the Hawks didn't have that player who were like, okay, we need you to do something and we needed to be effective. Like Nickeil had a couple of stretches here and there, but it wasn't like, what I mean, it's not somebody where you know for a fact can carry you.
Yeah.
And to the Pistons side, Cade has been having an all-star year.
MVP type year.
MVP type
level.
year.
Yeah,
MVP level type year. I was happy he was back. I was worried that he wasn't going to play this game either because I know he's been out for a couple of games. But yeah, he's been playing phenomenal and consistent. Like even in this game, you might have had some stretches where he just wasn't like you said, wasn't playing effective, wasn't kind of pounding the ball and holding it for two. And like you said, it's just a minor critique. It's not even that.
It happens.
Crazy. Like
it's not even something where it's like, oh, Cade's like, this is a problem in the off. No, it happens. Some games.
It happens. Yeah.
It just and to me, I just feel like it kind of that's what just happened. Cade was kind of a little too patient. I don't think it was even out of selfishness.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to find a perfect pocket pass to Duren, and the defense was kind of sagging. They also changed their coverage on him, so they were trapping him in the first half. In the second half, they're kind of doing a little bit of a drop coverage. So he's kind of trying to read it. Then he settles for a midi. That's not a bad thing because sometimes those go in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So to me, I don't think he played bad. I just think that sometimes defenses make adjustments. And as a player, you either don't adjust right away or it takes a couple of possessions to get used to what they're doing. And I think that's what happened. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I mean, there's going to be games where defenses make that same adjustment and Cade kills them in the mid-range. So, but to me personally, I think the reason why they went cold in the fourth quarter had to do with the offense slowing down, the ball not moving, and Cade, I would say not figuring out the pick and roll, but being a little too patient because I don't even think he was hesitant.
He was being too chill. He always plays like at his own pace, and it was just like, come on, like pick it up just a little. But hey, even to boot, like, but when it was time to step up, like you said, he did, and that's who he's been the whole year. He's been phenomenal. Like they just announced like today, like he's gonna get his own signature Nike shoe, which is well deserved. Like he's on the superstar track right now. He's playing amazing, and a lot of the moves the Pistons made in offseason, adding Duncan Robinson as a shooter has been working out perfectly for them. Again, this is another team I want to see fully healthy because I feel like for them to reach their peak or where they want to reach, they need everybody. They need everybody back. Even this game, Ausar Thompson played 24 minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
And he had moments where he was like just that big steal he had, I think, at the end of the third quarter. Just kind of like little momentum stuff like that. Like, and I guess you need everybody on the same page and everybody playing the same way. Like the Pistons like I said before, have a very deep team. Like B-Ball Paul has been playing well for them.
Dude, he's been great. He's been great. They've
Uh,
all played well. I have
yep.
no complaint. There's not a single player on the Pistons team where I'm like, this guy has to change a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I can go to like team to team. Like that guy's a Chuck. That guy turns
That-
like with the Pistons. I don't think they really have that. And I say this
Yeah.
all the time. Like you have to know your identity. Like
Yep.
each player has to have a role. They have to know their role. They have to be okay with their role, and they have to have an identity. And I feel like every Pistons player not only knows it, is like really thrilled and like jacked up about their identity.
And excels at
Yeah.
it too. Yeah, which leads to them being right now the number 1 team in the East. So
Yeah.
they look phenomenal.
Shout out to Detroit. All right, they beat the Hawks 120-112. Join us for Dime After Dark after Portland Trailblazers, Phoenix Suns tonight. Live stream, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow Dime everywhere at the Dime NBA. I'm Josh. He's Kwab. Oh, yeah, I guess we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tonight. An episode of Dime.
Tonight. We'll see you tonight.
Peace.